We'll still stay with crime-related stories because security analyst Adam Bonai is also calling for inquiry into the source of funding or wealth of individuals in the country. He says this will be a sure way to deal with unexplained wealth, which is leading many individuals into various forms of crime. Adam Bonai is joining me via Zoom. Adam, thank you for joining us. Now, when you say you want action in this regard, who are the targets? Public officials, private individuals, or who?
Oh, yes, good afternoon. It's everybody. I mean, everybody, yourselves, the media, practitioners, those of you in the media, all of us, security analysts, security experts, politicians, everyone, teachers, everyone, and young people running around and, flashy cars and living in mansions. We need to know. I mean, how are people coming by what they are acquiring these days? And so, as far as I'm concerned, if we are worried about killings and ritual killings, then I think that we need to begin to interrogate how people acquire the kind of wealth they have. These days, you see little boys, young boys, 20, 25, and they are driving, vehicles that probably someone would have worked 40 years and cannot acquire. And most of these people, they have no jobs. If either you are dealing in drugs or we need to know how are people coming by their wealth today. And you can see young people as young as 17, 15 have joined, the bus in terms of they need to acquire quick fix. And so in other places, you cannot actually just get up one morning and buy a house. You can't get up one morning. You go and deposit less than millions in your bank account, and they will flag it. The next morning, they are going to be calling you to come and answer questions. But over here, it's not that way. So my call is that too many killings are, going on at the moment in the country. In the name of the quest to make money, ritual killings to make money, some prophetess, some prophet, some malam, some fetish priestess, kill and bring money. Let's know whether these things are true by interrogating how these people come by their wealth.
Now, some have said, for example, that there are laws, anti-money laundering laws, etc. But for this new call you're making, is it your opinion, your expectation that a legal framework, for example, will be properly so-called couched to deal with such, occurrences as you speak about?
No, we don't need a legal, what do you call it, a new legal framework. We already have laws that, so for instance, I do believe that someone from the police, for instance, if I'm driving a car today, the police have the power to ask me, what work do I do? How did I come by this car? And probably they can begin to investigate me. Your phone should be able to do that. There are various agencies. We have other laws. I mean, the Bank of Ghana have their own laws. The banks have their own laws. But if these laws are not rigorous enough, then I think that they need to be strengthened and probably enforced. Mine is that you see all manner of buildings springing up overnight. You see people, owning assets here and there. Yes, if you acquire the asset legitimately, let's know even if you pay tax. Let's know even if you pay tax. And so as far as I'm concerned, until we deal with this canker of how people acquire their wealth, it is going to be very difficult because the guy will kill people on the highway, rob them, and the next day he goes to buy a 3-4 bedroom house. And nobody questions him, how did you come by this house? So these are worrying times, and I think that our state agencies should wake up and deal with this canker, or else all of us are, those of us working hard, it's difficult when you work hard. But there are those of them who overnight become millionaires, and nobody is questioning, including even politicians.
And quickly and briefly, you answer this for me. How do you then draw the line between prying into people's private lives and then also, taking on this public service mandate you're speaking about?
No, there is nothing like, private life. There is nothing like private. I lived in Britain for a very long time. And there were days I moved my car. I used to drive a nice big car. You move on the street and they will stop you and ask you, bring your license. Where do you work? They want to know where you work. I don't think it is your private life. And so, no, I don't think so. Once you hit the street and you are there, the police should be able to question your source of wealth. I believe you should be able to question your source of wealth. That will not be, going into your private life. No, how you acquire the wealth. We need to know. Have you even paid tax? If we don't know, did you kill somebody to come by that wealth? If we don't, how would that amount to, going into people's private life when we know, you have, if you don't work, you, for instance, if you get up one morning and you are driving a Rolls Royce, and I know that Rolls Royce Phantom could be anything around $300,000, and I know that the media house you work for doesn't even pay you $10,000 a month, and you tell me that you acquired it through a friend, somebody in the U.S. We want to know what the person is doing in the U.S. Are you involved in some money laundering? We need to know how would that amount to, going into your private life. We need to know how people come by their wealth. I think that until we begin to go in, it's going to be difficult.